Hi, I'm Stephanie Jaworski from joyofbaking.com. Today we're going to make bran muffins, and these muffins are really loaded with flavor and make the perfect breakfast food. To start, we are going to take unprocessed wheat bran, and I know a lot of recipes use the bran cereal, but I like to use just the unprocessed wheat bran that you can find usually in the baking aisle or else in the health foods aisle of grocery stores, or else you can go to a health food store. So just take 1.5 cups, which is about 80 grams, and mix it with 1/3 cup, 80 milliliters of boiling water, and just stir that together. We're just going to moisten the wheat bran. I like this because there's no processing. It's just in its natural state. Okay. So that's all moistened. And then if you have a stand mixer like this, use the paddle attachment, or you could just use a hand mixer. Place a 1/2 cup, 113 grams of butter that's at room temperature. I like to use the unsalted, but you could use the salted. And I'm just going to beat that until creamy. And just scrape down the sides. And then to that, 1 cup of light brown sugar, that's about 210 grams. And just beat that until it's light and fluffy. And then we're going to beat in 2 large eggs at room temperature. I'm going to beat one in at a time, just until it's incorporated, and then I'll add the second egg. And then 1 teaspoon of really good pure vanilla extract, and 2 tablespoons of molasses. I like to use the unsulfured molasses. This Grandma's is a popular brand that you can find most grocery stores. And that'll give us nice color and that nice flavor that bran muffins always have. So just beat that in. And then we're just going to now add that the wheat bran that we moistened. Flavor, this adds flavor and texture. Good source of fiber. Now for our dry ingredients, we're going to whisk them all together before we add them to the batter. We're going to add 1 cup, it's 130 grams of white all-purpose flour. And then 1 cup of, which is about 130 grams of whole wheat flour. I like to use the pastry flour if you have that. And then 2/3 cup, that's about 70 grams of rolled oats. I like to use the old-fashioned rolled oats because they're thicker in texture, but you could use the instant. And then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1 tablespoon of orange zest. That's the outer orange part of the skin of the orange. And just mix all those together. The orange zest really livens up all the flavors for this bran muffin. You can see you got a lot of good things in here. And then for the wet ingredients, I have 3/4 of a cup, 180 milliliters of buttermilk, and 3/4 of a cup, 180 milliliters of just regular milk. I just use 2%. And we're just going to mix those together. Stir that. So I'm going to add we're going to alternate between the dry and the wet ingredients. I'm going to add about 1/3 of the dry ingredients, and then I'll add about 1/2 of the buttermilk, back and forth until they're all mixed in. Last of the flour. Try to have everything out before you start making these muffins, because as you can see, there's a lot of ingredients and you don't want to be running around the kitchen. You might forget something. So it's better to have everything out. And we're done. Now this batter does need to be chilled for several hours or even overnight, which is a great idea. Like you could make the batter the night before you want the muffins, and then in the morning all you have to do is bake them off. And actually this batter will keep in the fridge for a few days. So you can make some in the morning, and then maybe the kids want some when they come home from school. You can make them nice and hot for them. Now at this point you could add, I'm going to just fold in 1/2 cup, which is about 75 grams of raisins. If you don't want raisins, you could add any kind of dried dried fruit, like cranberries or dates or figs, or you could even add some dried apricots cut up, or even nuts. Kind of just play with this and see whatever you like. So I'm just going to cover this and place it in the refrigerator for a few hours until it's chilled. So let's make some bran muffins. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 190 degrees Celsius. And then I'm going to make 12 muffins. So you can either line them with paper liners like I've done here, or you could just lightly butter or spray with the non-stick vegetable spray. Now, as I said, you need to chill this batter, which I have done for about 4 hours, but you could just leave it overnight or for a day or two. And I'm going to fill these about 3/4 full. And I'm using an ice cream scoop, but you could just use a couple spoons. And if you want the big muffin top bran muffins, then you fill them right up to the top. As you can see, it's really nice thick batter. Good healthy breakfast. Or put in the kids' lunch boxes. Be nice. Okay, I like to dress them up a little. I just got some old-fashioned rolled oats, and I'm just going to sprinkle a few. Makes them look a little more appetizing. So into the oven for about 20 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center of one of the muffins comes out clean. So our bran muffins are now done. A toothpick inserted in the center will come out clean. So just let them cool for about 5-10 minutes before serving. And if you have any leftovers, just cover and store them for a few days. So until next time, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joybaking.com.